So I am a criminal. I apologize for the lighting, but I want to be able to shoot this video. Um, I have been driving for a little over 5 years. Nothing spectacular, I know. But in the first 4.5 years, I got inspected twice by the DOT. In the last 5 months, I've been inspected 3 times. But this was not like any other, this last one that I just had, because I was caught and pulled over, not for a random inspection, because he found a violation that he wanted to address with me. So I've recreated the scene of the crime, because I did fix it, but I've recreated the scene of the crime. I'm going to take it to you now and show you the heinous offense that I committed against the world. Let me show you. There it is, my heinous offense, and this is exactly how it was when he showed me. Do you see it? Do you see it? Yes. My air hose is touching the catwalk, and that could lead to chafing. So he pulled me over in the middle of an interstate to address the situation. Tell you all about it. What's going on, you guys? To the usual suspects, welcome back. To the new subscribers, y'all welcome in. So we are finally getting to do a true trucking vlog. None of that banana stuff I pulled in the last video. But I do have to say real quick, thank you guys so much, because made the video, I hadn't made one in a while, I didn't say anything the way I wanted, and you guys were still supportive. So I greatly appreciate that. But this is going to be just a discussion trucking vlog of the actual trip we're on, because I didn't talk about it too much in the last one. But we left the house and we had to go to Kansas, from Dallas to Kansas. Now, I made sure that they paid me my deadhead miles. I told you, I'll do that anywhere if you pay me, especially with the fuel economy this truck gets. And it was a brand new 40-foot landscape trailer going to a landscape company in Connecticut. Now, the thing with these brokers is they don't give you a lot of information. So they told me I was going to a welding shop. So I was pleasantly surprised when I get there, and it is a brand new trailer. So we took that out to Connecticut. Funny story on the way to Connecticut. So I know where I was going. I know it was going 35 to 70. So I put the address up in my GPS and hit start. And I was getting around Emporia, and I was like, I want to pull in Emporia, man. The pilot's packed. I'll keep going. I'm going to keep pushing, man. I kind of got to go to the bathroom here. Oh, there's a TA. No, that's all paid parking. I don't pay parking. Keep going. And I pushed and I pushed and I pushed, and I got to a rest area. And I looked at my GPS, because again, I knew where I was going, and realized that for some reason I fat-fingered something, and I was going to Vermont. Dumbass. So when I put in the correct location, I had 200 less miles than I thought to do on this run. So I was like, you have got to be kidding me. So I went through all that and passed all the bathrooms and put myself through that for absolutely no reason. But we delivered the load in Connecticut on Sunday, and it was literally a paved goat trail to nowhere. I was the only 18-wheeler on that road on a Sunday. So I went back to Montgomery, New York, stayed there, got up Monday looking for a load, and as with power only, especially when I have to be somewhere, because I have to be home by Friday, because my wife and daughter are going on a trip next week. I'd like to see them this weekend, and they'll be gone all weekend, so somebody got to watch the other kids. So I'm booking it, and I don't find anything, so I said, you know what, I'm going to book it into central Pennsylvania. Now, it's not that big of a deal. It's good fuel economy, but that way I could get to Ohio, up to New York, down to Northern Virginia. I had plenty of options on where I could reload being in there. I think I actually ended up making it to Lamar, Pennsylvania. I believe that's where I stopped. But as you saw from the thumbnail, I had a little trip before then. And here's the thing. I don't speed. I got 2 speeding tickets back in 2001 and said, this is dumb paying for speeding tickets. So I do in my personal vehicle about 5 over. When I'm in the big truck, I do around 3 over. I don't speed in construction zones. There's no reason to speed. So I saw, there's a dog barking, I have no idea where. I saw the cop. I passed him because I actually slowed down to pass an RV. So I knew I wasn't speeding, so I didn't pay him any attention. Got back over in front of the RV. Again, I'm bobtail, and I'm just booking along. And I come up on some slower traffic, and I go to get over, and there's a car riding in my blind spot. And it's a gray SUV, and I'm like, is that him? Did he pull out and I didn't see him? And so I'm watching him trying to, I speed up, he speeds up, I slow down, he slows down. He's pacing me. I'm sure he's reading my DOT number. So at this point, I back off a little, but I have the distance thing on the radar on the front of the truck. So if I get too close to somebody, it starts beeping and making all kind of noises, right? So I'm just kind of cruising along, and he's just pacing me. And I'm talking 30, 45 seconds. This isn't, a long time. And by the way, real quick, I'm still getting back into this. That intro, I was being funny. I'm not mad in any way, shape, or form, as that'll come out in the story. But sure enough, he slows down, and he lights me up, pulls me over.
You just got jammed.
And he's like, okay, and then I'm like, here we go. Windows down, turn the truck off so I can communicate with the guy. And he hops up on the truck, and he asks for permission. He's like, can I hop up on the side of your truck? I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't tell him no. It's like, sure. He goes, all right, so the reason I pulled you over is, one, you were following too close. And here's the thing. I know I wasn't following too close. I saw the gauge. I was paying attention. But when you're in a situation like that, I have found with cops, when a cop says you're doing something and your response is, it doesn't really help you. So I was like, I was like, okay. He goes, and the big reason I pulled you over was your airline. So at this point, I realized that he was basically just looking for any reason. Because, I mean, like I said, I wasn't speeding. I don't get nervous about getting pulled over because I know I keep my stuff together, right? I know my driver's license is good, my insurance is good, my registration is good, my IFT is good, my logbook's good. I don't worry about getting pulled over from that standpoint. I'm not scared of the cops. But, his job is to find you doing something wrong. And so he goes, all right, well, can you get out of your truck and come back to my car, and we'll just do an inspection, and if everything's fine on that inspection, then we'll send you on your way. Now, again, this officer was nice. He was professional. He was very courteous, but that is the longest traffic stop I have ever had. That guy now knows everything there is to know about me. He was quite chatty, and I'm not going to be a jerk, so he knows about my wife, my kids. We probably went over my business plan at some point. I mean, this was the most in-depth one. I mean, he's going through my logbook, but he's like asking me, like, well, you did this day in about 10 hours. And I'm just like, if that's what it says, like, no, if that's what it says, then, that's what I did. I keep my logbooks. Again, I don't worry about my logbooks because I do them. I run my logbooks the right way. And sure enough, he said, all right, you're good. See you later. And sent me down the road. And I got to Lamar. After I went by a weigh station where other trucks with trucks loaded, obviously, were not pulled in, and I got pulled in bobtail. It's like, to the heck with today. So I pulled in. I'll tell it just because I think it's hilarious. I get there to Lamar, and there's a McDonald's right next to this Pilot. And I'm going there, and I place my order, I'm standing in line, and I pop open the news. It says that the guy who did the thing in New York was arrested in a McDonald's in Pennsylvania. And I'm like, wait, I'm at a McDonald's in Pennsylvania. So I'm looking around, read the story, it's Altoona. Luckily, I have a buddy who plays minor league for the Pirates who is in Altoona. So I knew exactly where that was. But anyway, I get to McDonald's. The next morning, I found a little out of Danville going over to St. Louis, just another empty trailer haul, drop it off. I go, and here's again, you learn something out here, and I guess I just missed this in the news, but I got to reload because I said I got to be home, and it's an empty trailer going from Kansas City down to Dallas. I'm on it now, and the reason for a picture, it's an empty reefer trailer, but it's for Trans Am, and I know Trans Am Transportation, but apparently they got bought out by Prime, or they merged with Prime, because the guy said they're selling 1,100 trailers. I tried to get a deal. It didn't work. And so he said, and I was like, 1,100 trailers. I didn't want to say, are you guys going out of business? I'm not that big of a jerk. But he said, but I noticed that there were Trans Am trucks hooked to Prime trailers. So I guess Prime bought them? Didn't know. So you'll learn stuff out here. But that has been the adventure. All of that in one short week has been the excitement of my life. But we are in Tawakana, I don't know how you say it, Oklahoma, just north of Oklahoma City. We're going to get up in the morning, go drop this Trans Am trailer off at the place that bought it. We're going to cruise home. I have 2 more video ideas for before the first of the year, and I may actually, if the rates are right, try and get a load out before New Year's, because New Year's been on Wednesday really screws stuff up, and I don't want to leave after New Year's when everybody's trying to get back on the road, so keep standby for that. But again, thank you guys so much for the support. You guys have I really enjoyed making this video and got excited about the opportunity to make it. I owe that all to you. So you guys stay safe, be in touch, God bless, let's get rolling, and screw Pennsylvania.